Hey everyone, it's the Final Cut Mark the Movie Man here, and today we're once again setting our sights on true independent cinema. Yes, those films that have the blood, sweat, tears, and most likely money put into it by those who are starring, acting, and producing it. Self-produced films that usually make the festival circuit, limited run, sometimes direct-to-DVD release if they're lucky. There's some great classics out there that just you don't hear about, and I like to try to spread the word about some of these films. So I'm looking at featuring these films like every week or every couple weeks, and I want to come up with a special name for the show that features these films. You know, I know I've got the final cut, but when I, put like either a subtitle or a new title to show that this is featuring those gems out there that aren't getting talked about enough. So, looking for suggestions, put your comment down below or at the Facebook page, like it and put your comment there, or send me a message of what you think I should call this show, and I'll look at the suggestions and see which one I like the best and pick that, and that's what it'll be called. Okay, now, on to today's film, which is called Familiar. It's a short horror film. It's about 24 minutes long, brought to us by Fatal Pictures, and it was produced by Zach Green and written and directed by Richard Powell. Now, it tells us the story of a middle-aged man who is having some really deep, dark thoughts in his head of his family. Well, through some tragic events as well that occur, he starts to think that these thoughts may not actually be his own. Okay, and so we explore the movie and we hear the inner monologue from him, and we start to see whether or not these thoughts are truly his or something else is talking to him in his brain. Folks, this movie, in 24 minutes, told a more solid, better story than some 90-minute, 2-hour horror films that I've seen in the past, okay? Whatever Schlollywood is coming up with really can't hold a candle to some of these independent gems, and Familiar is definitely one of those, okay? The directing and pacing of this film is fantastic. For a short subject film, sometimes they seemed a little rushed to get to the climax, to the ending. Not this one. You don't feel rushed or forced, okay? And then there's the performance by Robert Nolan, who plays John Dad, the main principal middle-aged guy. Okay, we're hearing the voices. We hear his inner monologue. And so there's not a lot of speaking that he does. So a lot of his acting is through expressions and gestures. And he does a fantastic job of it to make you feel like we truly are tapped inside his brain and hearing what he is hearing. Okay, he does a fantastic performance. And the supporting cast as well. Estrida Azua, I apologize if I mispronounced that name, but she does great in it, as well as Catherine Hostic, as those two play as wife and daughter, and they do great as well. I mean, this is great, small cast, not too long of a film, but it doesn't need to be. It tells a solid story, and even some effects that were in there, special effects in there, were great. It's a little unexpected ending of just the direction that it took, but it looked really, really great. And for a an independent short film like this, I thought it was well done. It's definitely worth a watch. If it's at the festival circuit near you, go to that festival and see Familiar, okay? I see great things for Fatal Pictures. If their longer projects are anything like Familiar, we're going to see some great cinema from them, from Richard Powell and producer Zach Green. So check it out. Also, what you need to check out is IndieGoGo.com/Words Like Knives. And why? Well, writer and star of the movie, Kelsey Zukowski, is telling a story about bullying, okay, to the extreme. It's using extreme horror, independent film, to tell the story and the subject of bullying, which is a big popular subject right now because there is a major trend out there, and it is a subject that needs to address, and it's independent horror addressing this, but it needs help, and that's what IndieGoGo.com is all about. It helps get films like Words Like Knives, like Familiar, like some of these other independent films. It helps them earn money so that they can make a better project and bring that out to more people. So, if you want to even contribute just a couple bucks to help out, go there, IndieGoGo.com/Words Like Knives. Go donate even a few bucks, okay? It definitely helps them out. They will appreciate it, and it'll help them make a better, more complete picture so that they can bring it to you and hopefully maybe see it in a wider distribution, okay? Also, in distribution, check out yet, if you haven't, Dead Weight, Wisconsin-produced independent horror film. Gotta plug that one as well. Gonna be reviewing it, going to the premiere at the end of the month. I'll put the link as well to their page once the film has premiered, and that they will be putting out DVDs for sale on their webpage, as well as posters and t-shirts. Folks, these independent films like Familiar, like Words Like Knives, like Dead Hooker in a Trunk, like Dead Weight, all just need your help because they're fantastic pieces of work that usually can't get the word out only because they don't have the financial backing. But if we can talk about them more, spread the word about them, maybe, just maybe, they'll get the exposure that they deserve and the help that the movie makers need to make their next project. And that'll about do it for us here at the Final Cut. Till next time, keep that ticket stuff.